There are just some people in this world that are just born with flawless hair, the ability to grow an unbelievable beard, and just the sheer passing ability that if Harry Potter was a football player, that would be him in passing terms. Andrea Pirlo, just the whisk of a wand, floats this beautiful ball in behind, and Carvalho, an experienced defender, hasn't got the legs anymore and trips up Morata to give away a penalty, which would be the deciding goal, I think, in this competition. Because I think if Juventus tie 0-0 with Monaco, going to France, into that cauldron that Monaco call home, that teams go there and suffer, even though Arsenal did get a few goals there, in general league play and in previous Champions League games, Monaco have been very strong at home. And I would actually have fancied Monaco to perhaps put up a very good fight at going through to the latter stages if they would have held the game 0-0. But I tell you what, Vidal made no mistake in putting that penalty into the top corner. I was so impressed by Vidal through his performance. I know he's a great box-to-box midfielder. I know he's very tenacious in his tackles and he's very comfortable on the ball. But what Juventus lack with the guys like some Marchisio in there is someone who can do it all at once. Because you've got Pirlo who sits back and he can spray these passes, but he's not as defensively sound as he once was. And then you've got Vidal who can go forward and win the ball, but he can do everything in midfield. I felt he was everywhere. He covered a lot of ground, and for me, he was a standout performance in this game. Whether Monaco definitely have the ability to score is yet to be said, because they didn't seem to offer too much against Juventus in Italy. But they did have one chance, and it was that man Berbatov. And would you imagine, what did he miss from 6 yards? A header. This is Berbatov, one of the best headers of the ball that we've seen in the English Premier League in the past few years. And he's so composed, you would put your life on the line for him to put this ball in the back of the net 6 yards out. But he falls victim to his own flaw, which is being far too casual, and the ball is rest right in the goalkeeper's hands. And you're thinking to yourself, if that goes in, Monaco have got a 1-1 draw going back to France, your money could be on them, because it's shown what they did against Arsenal, maybe not as much at home, but they don't fear their opponents, and that's a good thing about Monaco. But that one goal, that one penalty kick through Pirlo's fantastic pass, I think is going to be enough to take Juventus into the latter stages of the Champions League, which is going to be huge for a team like Juve, who have suffered in the Champions League from the past few years, who really need to get themselves back to that top level of football, reinstate themselves as one of the kingpins in the Champions League, because they have got the talent. I am so impressed by the depth of their team. But with one position that I think that they are susceptible, surprisingly, is balls into the box. They nearly gave Berbatov a chance to score, as I said, the first opportunity. Then he had it again, in which he flicked it on, but there was no one there to put it into the back of the net. I think that, surprisingly enough, this Juventus team lacked that little bit of aggression in the air, even though they've got massive players like Chiellini, Barzagli, those guys in there that can win the ball well. But I do think that they need to tighten up a little bit, or they could fall susceptible to Monaco scoring a crucial goal at home when they go back to the return leg. But the game itself was a comfortable performance from Juventus. I think they deserved the win as a whole, despite a couple of scares. I think that the penalty was obviously just, an amazing ball from Pirlo, and Vidal, as I said, made no mistake. So I think that it was a deserved victory. I think that Juventus, I did say it was going to be a 2-1 win, so the goal differentiation was right there, but I didn't have the scoreline right, so I'll still give myself a pat in the back for that. And go into the next leg, I would be surprised if Juventus did not go through after this. Of course, Monaco have plenty of tricks up their sleeve, and they're not to be taken lightly. But in terms of the first leg of the Champions League, good victory for Juventus, and I think that they will go on to proceed through to the semi-finals of this competition. What do you guys think? Continue the conversation in the comments below. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at 2IT Sports and tweet me your thoughts at Francis_Maxwell, and do not forget to subscribe.